Hello! I am back. So is winter. To some people, winter can drive them crazy. And some of you guys wonder how a Singaporean like me survive a winter. In this video, I'm going to tell you how I do it. I have a few habits that I have been practicing and I'm going to share with you in this video. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or any health advisor. I'm just sharing with you my experience as an Singaporean auntie in Sweden. The winter here in Sweden, especially up in the north, it's so dark. It's never bright until it's like 9-10 o'clock. So my habit number one is that I open up my bedroom to allow all the natural light comes in, and then I will do some stretching. I do not know about you. Without the lights, I become depressed. Morning is very important for me because that is where you start your day anew, and if without this morning visualization, I think, my day will not go very well. So usually what I do before I even go out to take my turmeric golden drink, I will just sit in my bed and just visualize a little bit. Like how this day is going to go, what am I going to do, and how would I feel at the end of the day. So I have this all figured out in my mind, and there I start my day. I always make sure that I drink a lot of water, especially hot water, my golden drink, and then throughout the day I'll drink green tea. About 11:30, my stomach will start to call, Auntie, time to eat. So I will probably eat something quite simple or something that is left over. Like today we are eating this pea soup, which I made I think 2-3 weeks ago. I freeze it and then I defrost it yesterday, and then this morning I just add some pea inside, those canned one, and then I just eat it as a lunch, so I don't have to cook. Save my time and energy, so I can do something else more fun. Most of the time, I don't crave for anything sweet. I prefer something savory. So if there's leftover, I usually just eat leftover, and then I will try to stretch my time, my stomach, until about dinner time. So, which means to say I totally quit lunch and then I eat an early dinner. And I always choose those food that are easy to cook, like porridge, or something that I can cook with my Instant Pot. Sometimes we have to be smart. I know some of Asian women might not agree. Oh, you have to have like a few dishes when you eat. No, I stop all that because I find that it is far too much stress, and living here in Sweden, I learned that actually every day what we eat should be it should be healthy, but it should also be easy to prepare. It's more practical, right? Especially for you guys who are young, you want to have more free time. Because if you are working long hours, you come back, you're very tired. Where got energy to cook, right? So you want to try and find those recipes that are easy to cook. I think the most easiest one is by using the Instant Pot. The other day I was trying to figure out the delay time, 6 hours. Then I start to get it. Oh, it is actually designed for people who work. So what they do is they prepare everything in the pot, and then they have that hour set 6 hours before. And most people work 8 hours, right? So it means to say the cooking time is like 1 hour, and then it will keep warm for another 45 minutes to 1 hour. So when you come back, the food is just perfect. Because I know it's not easy. And with the right tool, your life is much easier. So I have to do exercise in my home. So what I do is I walk around, like, round and round, because my house is like, it's access. All the room is access to each other. So I just walk around and round and round, like 10, 20 laps. And I think it's very, very important that you don't sit in one position for too long. Like for me, sometimes I felt like I end up sitting in this room trying to figure out my next content. I could be sitting here like 2 hours in the same position. So I always have this timer on my telephone, like every 1.5 hours. I'll remind myself, okay, now you need to do 5 sit-up, or you need to do some walking around or some stretching. That way, my muscle will not be stiff, because cold weather like that, if you sit in one position, your muscle will be stiff every day, because I'm really scared of falling down if I were to go out. I feel very tense because, all the time, every minute, every second, you're so scared to fall down. I ever fall down a few times and, I hurt myself really badly. So I try not to go out when it is this slippery, or when it is dark. I can't see the formation of the snow and the ice. So sometimes when it's dark, it's quite difficult to judge. Also lately, I also try to use my steps that go up to my Airbnb. Right now, there's nobody staying up there. So I try to go up and down, up and down. By the time you are done, 15 minutes, you're already done for today, right? So I think climbing up stairs is also very good. And if you are living in a very hot weather, I can understand. Maybe, it can be quite tough, especially after work. But if you can, going to work when you're still fresh and energized, try and do that. So you go down the stairs instead of going up. I think I'll probably do more of that, because we are going to Malaysia soon, and there are a lot of places that need climbing. So I better buckle up and train on my feet so that I will not have problem climbing those stairs. Another thing I quite like about winter is because it's so cold, you have a chance to drink like a lot of delicious hot drink. For me, I like to drink various kind of tea. Like today I drink green tea, tomorrow I drink oolong, the next day I drink Thai tea. And then, with all these drinks, it's not so boring. I really like soya bean drink. It's not only very healthy, and it's very nourishing, and it's very filling. Because when you drink that, you don't feel hungry at all. And most importantly, see those label that hasn't got any sugar. Because when you have too much sugar, your sugar level will drop, and then you'll be hungry very quickly. I noticed a lot of you guys like my tea video. So I'm going to try and do different kind of tea and quickly demonstrate how I do it, so that you too can learn some new tea recipe. You like this idea? Let me know in the comment. I also recently reconstruct my bed. I have this, like a tan light kind of thing. I noticed I've been spending quite a lot of time there because it's so cozy, right? So I like to lie there and just listen to music. And then if Siri come along, then we will just have like some cozy time together. And I really, really enjoy it because, I felt like I'm lying in a cocoon. And I slept like a baby. I slept like more than 9 hours nowadays. And it feels so good. So I think if you don't have that, maybe you should try and get one like that. If you like, I'm going to find some on Amazon and put the link below so you can go and check it out. Usually I don't take nap. But nowadays, I notice ever since I got this tan, I start to take nap in the afternoon when the sun go down, when I have done with my food, I've done with my exercise, and then I'll just close my tent and just take a nap. And the dangerous thing about this kind of nap, I think the first night or the first day when after I put up my tent, I think I took that nap last for 3 hours. But it was so nice. If you don't have opportunity to do this during the weekday, you're working, right? You can do it on weekend. All right? Try and take naps. It's really good for you because every time when I wake up after my nap, I felt really energized and my mood is like, ooh. Still need time to like tune in, but then you will feel more relaxed and more at peace. Sometimes, I talk to myself. If I felt like, okay, I've been negative, so I need my positive friends to calm me down and say, hey, stop this. By talking to yourself and asking yourself, why am I feeling that way? And then you answer yourself, oh, because you didn't have enough sleep. Oh, really? Then what should I do? What you need to do is maybe go and make yourself a nice drink, calm down, and do something that you really enjoy doing for half an hour, and then later you'll feel better. If we are not our own best friend, who else will, right? Sometimes we cannot count on other people. But I think when we start to have conversation with ourselves and trying to be our what do you call it, BFF or what? Best friend forever, right? Which is yourself, is a really good therapy because sometimes, you may be surprised. You can get really good answer. Being a Virgo, I'm the type I like to organize and I like to like plan. I like deep thinking. I need my surrounding to be neat and tidy and clean. So cleaning is also one of my therapy that sometimes all out of a sudden, if I felt like I'm very cluttered, if I see too much on my phone, if I watch something unpleasant like news on the television, sometimes I just need to get out from there and then just go and do something that makes me feel good. And the one thing that makes me feel good is by cleaning. What I'll do is I'll come to a room, then if I see if the table is not 100% clean, I'll clean the table. Or if I see anything that is hanging around, then I'll just put them back to the drawers or back to where they're supposed to be. Sometimes when we are working with our hand, our concentration is on what we are doing. For example, cleaning, right? So we concentrate on the cleaning. We don't want to think about the news. This is the fastest way for me to get distracted by doing things with my hand or physically, or do some sit up or do some short exercise or carry my dumbbell for a while. When the house felt too quiet, sometimes it's really nice to listen to your favorite music or favorite song. So sometimes I'll just dig out a few songs from YouTube and then play it on my Google Nest and just enjoy, and then it brings in some good memories. I will try to distract myself from media, from the TV, and if we watch a nice feel good movie, then that is really really nice to end that day. You have to make a habit to make yourself feel good. Besides watching feel good movie, I also do some ritual like, okay, I know my face is like haven't done any light treatment for a long time, then I'll take out the machine and start to do it. And also if I felt like my back is like not 100%, I will take out the massage, and I think that one is really good because you cannot rely on your partner to massage for you, right? And with this kind of massage, you can give order and say, okay, now I want a massage. So you can massage how long you want, right? So all you need to do is just to turn on the electricity and let them do the job. And I think it's quite enjoyable, especially at night when you go to bed, You need to feel, of course, with a real pair of hand is good lah, but then, you know, it works well for me with the machine also. So usually I will have like 10-15 minutes of massage. I ever come across a few nights when I want to go to bed, if I don't do this kind of ritual, if I didn't distract myself enough, I'll start to think, you know, like 1 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock. How come my cat staring at the wall, you know? Or how do I get a SIM card when I arrive in Malaysia? And then I start to take out the phone and I start to scroll again, right? So this is not good. And very often, you know, if you have too much thoughts and too much clutter in your brain, this is very natural. At night, just before I go to bed, I will, you know, pray to God, and then I will think about 3 things that I'm most grateful for that day. And if I have time, I will take out my diary and then I will write like things that I want to remember. Like today, oh, LJ made me angry, for example. No, like, you know, what are the things that I am looking forward to, for example, like some things that reminds you of this day. So it can be very fun, like 10 years later, or maybe just 1-2 years later, you take out and then you say, oh, okay, 8th of January 2025, what did I do? So you look up on that day, I did that. So it can be quite fun, you know, and you can write about the weather, you can write about some funny things that happened on that day. And it is like a way to capture your memory, but in a book. So I think it could be really fun for your loved one if you're gone suddenly or unexpectedly. So your loved one will have this book and say, wow, she did this on this day, you know. I hope all these habits is helpful. And if you think that somebody might benefit from all these habits, feel free to share this video on my channel. And don't forget to give a hype, because when you do that, you know, this channel will grow a little bit faster. And if you wonder what slow travel is, make sure you check out my next video. Take care, and I'll see you soon again. Bye bye. Have to go and get more tea.